Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm looking at a pen from Tom's Studio. I have in the past reviewed the Tom's Studio Pocket Fountain Pen, which is absolutely fantastic. Now we're looking at the fountain pen from Tom's Studio, which is a full-size fountain pen, which is absolutely beautiful. It comes beautifully packaged like this, which I really enjoy. The cardboard sleeve that comes off, and on the reverse of this, we get all the information, which is fantastic. I love the incorporation of that into the packaging. Absolutely wonderful. And then the cardboard box, the top comes off, and the pen is sitting in here in a little paper sort of holder, which has a little bit more sort of information and all that kind of stuff, a little bit of the story, which I enjoy a lot. Tom Studio is a brand that really is conscious of sustainability and all that kind of stuff, and I'm all for that. I think they do amazing things. They've got a great little range of pens. I said I reviewed that pocket pen. I'm going to be reviewing the Wren shortly. And I've got a range of their inks and things, so I really enjoy that. I will say here, if you are interested in getting Tom Studio stuff, please use, you can use the link that I will include in here, and you get a little discount and all that kind of stuff, and you help support my channel. So let's talk about this pen. This is the Tom Studio fountain pen. It is a full-size one. I have it here obviously in black. It's got a nice little gold trim. It comes in 7 different color options with a range, actually a really great range of nibs: fine, medium, italics, architect, extra fine, semi-flex, titanium flex, zoom, pro flex, fude nibs, you name it. And they're sort of a number 6 size nib that are made specifically for Tom Studio. Love that. So it is so it's up at the top of the pen, and you've got a little sort of a dimpled finial there in this sort of gold colored material, and that then transitions into the black anodized aluminium, I believe it is, which swells slightly and then tapers a little bit to this sort of join, or where the cap screws into the cap, which is a nice sort of smooth transition. The barrel of the pen continues along. It tapers to a domed end. It is a screw cap, and it comes off in about 1.5 turns, so not too bad. It reveals a nice gentle step down through some threads onto a very comfortable section that tapers ever so slightly, and then you get that nice number 6 gold colored nib, and I have it here in a medium, and it is branded with Tom's Studio there on the nib as well. And then a simple plastic feed. It is a standard international cartridge converter pen. The barrel unscrews and reveals a converter. At the moment, I have this filled with Tom Studio Iris ink, which is a beautiful purple, and you can get a range of different ink colors and things from Tom's Studio. They have actually a really beautiful range of inks that all sort of correspond with different products. So there are inks to match a lot of the pens, but I loved this black version, and the ink, I love purple inks, so of course I was going to go with that. So that is the basics of this pen. It is a nice, it's a nicely designed, beautifully engineered pen. It holds together well. It's got a nice size. There's no clip or roll stop, so it will roll around a little bit on your desk, and it won't fit into some pen cases because of that, but it's a nice sort of standard size pen and very comfortable in the hand. For the size comparison today, got it alongside the Aluminium Safari there, my standard one, and then the Tom's Studio Pocket Fountain Pen, another anodized aluminium pen, but this one is faceted there, which is nice. I'd actually love to see a faceted fountain pen from Tom Studio as well, a full-size one. But you can see it's a nice length pen. It's not dissimilar, maybe just a slightly longer, a couple of millimeters longer there than the Aluminium Safari, obviously longer there than the pocket pen, but the pocket pen does post to a full-size length pen. Uncapped and unposted, you see it's still around the same length as Aluminium Safari there. Obviously the pocket pen not designed to be written in this format, but both of these very comfortable like that. I'll just quickly post this one so you can see it becomes a very long pen, and then if we post the Studio, it's not quite as long there as the pocket, just a couple of millimeters shorter, and here it's shorter again than the Aluminium Safari. But nice size pen, nice size grip section. Both the grip sections on the pocket and the Studio fountain pen are very, very comfortable indeed. Just while I'm talking about the sections of these pens, the anodized aluminium on the Studio pen, or the standard fountain pen, is a smooth anodization, whereas there's little micro grooves on the pocket that give it a little bit of grip. I like both. but I do find the Studio just being a little more slippery than the Pocket, but not so slippery that it's not usable, that's for sure. So what are the dimensions of the Tom's Studio fountain pen? Well, it's 145 millimeters when it is capped. It's 130 when it is uncapped, and that's a very comfortable length in the hand. I've been using this unposted more so, and I'm very, very happy with it. It does post, and it posts quite securely, which is good, and it posts at 165 millimeters. So it's good. Around the middle of the section is about 11, and around the middle of the cap is about 14 millimeters. The pen weighs 32 grams, 19 in the body and 13 in the cap. So there is a little bit of back weighting, particularly because a lot of that weight is in that end there. It's definitely usable, and it's very smooth, like there's no rubbing on my hand or anything like that. I just tend to find myself using this unposted. It's very nice, comfortable and convenient pen in that format. Time for a writing sample now with the Tom's Studio fountain pen. As I said, I have this with a medium steel nib, and the nibs are made for Tom's Studio specifically. And as I said, it comes in a range of nibs from fines and things through to like flex and zooms and architect and that kind of stuff. The ink in this is Tom's Studio Iris. A lovely, beautiful, gentle sort of purple colored ink. Really, really love this ink. Really love this ink. Let's do some writing. So it's a relatively stiff nib. Like, you feel that writing. You can get a little bit of line variation, but you feel it as, a nice firm steel nib. Reverse writing is very doable, very fine, a little drier. As I said, not a flex nib, but you can squeeze a tiny little bit out. Wetness, it's not the wettest pen going around, but it's serviceably wet. You are getting a nice sort of smooth, lubricated line there. Quick writing. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. I've not had any issues with drying out or ink starvation or anything like that. I left this pen inked and closed for about 2 weeks without writing, and it started up pretty much straight away. Like, I think it took like half a character to sort of get writing again. So very, very nice. The fast writing did amplify a little bit of the feedback that I feel when I write with this pen. It's not scratchy, absolutely not scratchy. It's just, that little bit of feedback. So you could probably smooth that out and make it buttery smooth without any issue. There's no issue in terms of, like the flow or anything of the nib. It's good, it's reliable, it's consistent. It's what we like. And the thing about Tom's Studio is that they make pens that are designed to be written with. They want you to write with them. Down to the Lumos and the Ren and the Pocket and this, they write as pens, and this one writes very, very nicely. As I said, and I'll say it again towards the end of the video, if you want to get some Tom's Studio stuff, use the link that in this video description. That will get you a little discount as well as support this channel. So what does this pen cost? Well, it costs £95 in this format. So it's about 200 Australian dollars. That is not an insignificant amount of money for a anodised aluminium, pen with a steel nib. But we are talking about also a smaller manufacturer that does things in the right way, is careful about what they do, and is producing really beautiful writing instruments and ink. So I think it's a reasonable price, if on the higher end of what you would expect, but definitely reasonable, and I think you get a good pen for the money. Okay, let's talk about pros and cons for the Tom's Studio fountain pen. I only really have one con, and that is that there's no clip or roll stop. So just be aware of that. You might need to use like a pen stand or something like that just to sort of keep it from rolling around. But there's a lot of pros. Firstly, I really like the nib. I like how it feels on the page. It's smooth and consistent. I never had any issues, as I said, with hard starts or, drying out or anything like that. It's always performed really, really nicely. And as I said, with this particular ink in it from Tom's Studio, it makes a really lovely partnership. I really like the quality of the anodization. It's beautiful. It's held up really, really well to the use I've given it. You don't feel like crunchy sort of threads like you can sometimes feel with anodization. I think the color scheme, like there are a range of colors for this pen, so you'll be able to find one that suits your personality. I like my black pens, but this color combination with the gold nib and the gold end on the cap there, I think it's a beautiful, simple, elegant design. It's understated, classy, but in the end, what makes this pen so nice is the fact that it's just a really solid writer. As I said, Tom Studio make pens and inks and everything for writers. They are about sustainability. They don't want you throwing out disposable pens. They want you using their pens and helping sort of support the environment as well. So a big thumbs up there for Tom's Studio. I should say Tom Studio is an English brand as well. They're doing great things over there. But that is this has been the Tom Studio fountain pen. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. It all helps the algorithm. It helps me continue to make videos for you. A big thank you to Tom Studio for supporting my channel. And as I said, you can use the link in this video's description to buy anything from Tom Studio. And for some products and certain price ranges and things, there will be a discount available to you through that link. And it also helps support my channel, which is very much appreciated. So head over to the link, check out Tom Studio, and check out if there's anything that jumps out at you. So enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.